Welcome back to your Tomahawk Sports Talk. We are back with your news, stats, and info on all of your Florida State sports. My name is Matthew Soul.
I'm Blake Overbeck.
And I'm Braden Eisen.
And we are going to kick it off to Braden for some basketball stats.
Yeah, big week for Florida State basketball as they get back into the win column. But first off, on Friday, they played the Platte County Pirates in a Sonic showdown at Grand Valley, where it was just a tough loss for them, 59-55. Dom Soto was a leader for the Indian. He banged out 6 threes. So he's been hot recently. I mean, we'll get to it later, but I believe he's dropped 7, 6, and 12 threes throughout like 4 of his last 3 games. So he's been. I've always heard this like in your senior year nearing the end of it, you always kind of turn it up a notch. So I think he's definitely encapsulated that.
I bet it's a lot, no shade to like the rest of the team, but I feel like it's a lot easier considering the position they're in to turn it up like that, take more shots, and try to like take control of the team, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, the Platte County game Tuesday, which we'll get around to, but it's sometimes at times the offense kind of feels stagnant without Dom Soto out there. He was riddled with foul troubles, but without him out there, it was a lot of guys that aren't really able to create their own shot like Dom is, that aren't able to just knock down threes with confidence. So it's definitely something the Indians will have to work on once he leaves for graduation. But going back to the Platte County game, they were down early 19-2, so a quick early deficit, but they came all the way back, getting their first lead in the fourth quarter. However, they fell at the end of the game. And a fun little stat here, these two teams will play 3 times in a season for the second year in a row.
What team?
Platte County and Florida State. Last year, I believe it was the same circumstance. It's looking out to play the same, where the Indians won both the regular season games, but the Platte County Pirates won the tournament game. So very interesting to see there. And then, like I was saying on Tuesday, Florida State played the Platte County Pirates again, where this time they took a huge win in conference, 58-54. And like I said, the Indians were just hot from 3 all game. You saw like Quincy Holman got into the action. He banged a long 3-pointer from past NBA range, and like I said, Dom Soto 7 threes. Indians held on to the lead mostly the entire game, but late into the game, they ran into some troubles with fouling and a huge technical foul against them, which kind of led to 5 free points for the Pirates off an and one, and then those 2 technical free throw fouls.
Well, I mean, and 2 players fouled out at the same time pretty much, because Hunter fouled out with the foul, and then the Tech fouled out Quincy too. So they lost 2 key players.
Yeah, that was just a huge momentum loss. But what I like to see is the Indians have kind of improved in their game. I feel like before they would have let that kind of take an edge from them, but this time around they stayed cool, calm, composed, Triple C, and just a big win for them.
Triple C.
Well, I'm curious because you have the stats in front of you. Do the Indians have like an evident second option right now?
Last night?
Or like on the season?
Oh.
Gavin Greer dropped 9 points.
Cam Harrison at 12.
Yeah, Cam Harrison was doing. I think he didn't miss a 3 all night, which had a great night for himself. And then, like I said, Gavin Greer is a guy that's kind of been working himself into a bigger role and offensively, and he's been a great defensive option for them all season. So, just to be able to see them, be able to have these pieces around that will be contributing for seasons to come.
You want to talk about your girls' basketball?
He's not done with boys yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were done. My bad.
Then this Friday, they have a big game versus the Grand Valley Eagles, which is always a competitive rivalry game. Make sure to show out and come out early. It will be packed. That will be the 5:30 game. So get here as early as you can because it will be a very crowded game. They'll also be broadcasting senior night. That'll be big time.
Are you doing it?
I have work.
Oh.
For my keys for the game, I think Dom Soto just has to stay hot from 3. self-explanatory. And then they need to make sure to keep their emotions in check. Just can't. Last time I believe emotions kind of riled up, and it kind of led to the negative side for the Indians. But hopefully this time they can keep their emotions in check, and I think it should be a very fun game to watch. As now, Blake, you could take it over with some girls basketball.
Yeah. So last week, I think last Friday, they played St. Michael's in the final game of the Sonic Showdown. They lost 49-43. No teams have posted any stats, so a tough, close loss against a private school that I'm sure is pretty good. So, and then on Tuesday, in the doubleheader with Platte County that they play with the boys, they won 50-45, with Reagan Fillmore having 21 and Kenna Simons having 16. So that was a big conference win for the girls. I think had they played Platte County yet?
No, that's the first.
That was the first time. Okay.
I believe.
Yeah, so that's a good momentum booster, and I feel like they dominated pretty much the whole time. The only thing that I feel like Platte County had a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
When like Platte County would miss a shot, and then one of their girls would bring the ball down, and then probably miss another one. But then I feel like they just got a lot of offensive rebounds.
Well, also I believe it was kind of the same for the Indians. They had a lot of magnet ball possessions in that second half. Also, another big thing, I think Reagan Fillmore kind of had her breakout game for the season, where she's kind of been dealing with a nagging wrist injury from what we've seen with the tape up and stuff like that. But this time she drops 21, leads the Indians after Kenna Simons went down with an injury, but she was fine. So,
yeah, and then also this week they play another doubleheader with the boys against Green Valley, like Braden said. This will be the 7 o'clock game, and halftime of the girls' game will be the Chuck-a-Duck.
Yeah.
That ought to be fun.
I thought that was like in between games.
Well, it's in between or at halftime.
Oh.
But last time these two teams played, it was 66-40. The girls lost. Reagan Fillmore had 15 points. So, and I think the keys to the game are just work through McKenna and Reagan, because they can drop combined 40 points together, and that would help them win. So. Now, Matthew will talk about wrestling.
Yeah, wrestling has not been too eventful lately. We got a girls' tournament January 30th at Liberty. They play second with first placers including Jocelyn Gray, Ariel Biggs, and Izzy Adams. Second place including Alina Wackerman, Lexi Steffens, and Kira Harvey Matney. Third place including Lexi Newman, Aiden Vile, and Holly Wines. And then fourth place, Kylie Dunn. And then they had a duel against Grand Valley, February 3rd, where only like 3 or 4 girls wrestled, but they dominated. I don't really know why, but Grand Valley just didn't have their girls wrestle. It was weird.
Well, I also believe Grand Valley's not a lot of teams have a girls wrestling program.
Well, I don't know. They have like walkouts and everything for like the wrestlers. Like, you know how basketball does it, where they like do handshakes and like they do that for girls wrestling. So you'd think they'd be like Raw, but only 3 girls wrestled. I don't know. Maybe they're like resting going into districts or something. And then on the boys' side, huge congrats to Tony Martinez for hitting 150 career wins. That's a obviously huge achievement. We talked about that earlier on the pod. So, and then the boys had a big tourney in St. Louis, January 30th to the 31st, the Thrasher tournament. There's no individual stats out, but they placed 14th out of around 40 teams. So, I mean, not the what's it called? The placement you want to see from our like usually prestigious boys wrestling, but I mean still not awful. And that's about it. I think the wrestlers have about a week or so off until they both go into districts and then eventually state. So good luck to them.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you when district started for wrestling.
I think boys is before girls. I think boys starts next week and girls is the following week. So girls have like a week and a half off.
I thought it was always different. No, it's girls is always first because they start their season like a week before the boys.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around. Well, and then state like basically directly follows that. State only goes on for like 3 days though.
Yeah, well, because I was about to say like the girls basketball's last regular season game isn't until like the 27th.
Yeah, I don't know. They get a little bit of a break, so that's nice for them, and they get a couple pounds allowance. Or I know, like the first day of state, and then the second day of state, they get like another pound. So that's nice for them.
For that tournament in St. Louis, the Thrasher tournament, it looks like I found stats, and Luke Steffens played 7th, Tony Martinez placed 3rd, and then Isaac Ward placed 2nd, and Nathan Parker placed 8th. So
Is that for this year?
yes.
Oh, well, I'm going to blame Cameron Dawson on that for the record. She told me there was no individual stats yet. She only said last year's stats were out.
Well, it just obviously Kason Schreier's been out for a little bit with an injury.
Yeah, I think he's back, though. He's been going to practice with that finger.
Yeah, so
That's disgusting. Have you seen it?
no, I haven't.
Bro, it's so gross. It's got, like, stitches on it, and, like, it's all bloodied.
What did he do to it?
I don't know. It's on the wrestling, but it looks disgusting. It looks like Frankenstein.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have this week from Tomahawk Sports Talk. I'm Blake Overbeck,
I'm Ray Nyson.
And I'm Matthew Soul.
and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys. An exciting weekend for the Sage Athletics. I'll kick us off with some boys basketball. First off, on Friday, they played the Platte County Pirates, where they took a tough loss, 59-55, in the Sonic Showdown. Then, on Tuesday, they played Platte County yet again, where they had a big win, 58-54, where the Indians were hot from 3, including Dom Soto, who drained 7. This Friday, they'll play the Grand Valley Eagles in a heated rivalry game, so make sure to show out for that. The boys are now 3-15, coming off a huge conference win. Make sure to come out and support the Indians versus Grand Valley. Now, Blake will take us off with some girls basketball.
Thanks, Braden. This past Friday, the girls basketball team took a loss to St. Michael's 49-43 in the Sonic Showdown tournament. This past Tuesday, they played Platte County and took a 50-45 win, with Reagan Fillmore dropping 21 points and Kenna Simons having 16 of her own. The girls are now 9-9 on the season with a conference record of 5-2. This week, they host Grand Valley for a tough conference matchup on Broadcasting Senior Night and Chuck-a-Duck Night. Now Matthew would take it away with girls and boys wrestling.
Thanks, Blake. Boys and girls wrestling has been pretty uneventful lately. Girls wrestling January 30th at Liberty on a tournament placed second place, with first place finishers including Jocelyn Gray, Ariel Biggs, and Izzy Adams. Then they had a duel at Grand Valley February 2nd where only a few girls wrestled, but they came out with the win. On the boys' side, they had the Thrasher Boys Tournament in St. Louis from the 30th to the 31st, placing 14th out of around 40 teams. And also, congrats to Tony Martinez for 150 career wins. That's all we have for your sports update. Back to you at the desk.